Hey YouTube. Y'all tired of my little nighttime crazy looking videos? um, um, I really just can't wait when something pops into my head. But this video I wanted to talk about going backwards because I feel like lately there have been so many different not even prompts, but like not even bait, but maybe to someone else that can relate, it might feel like a test, bait, challenge, like what's going on. I will share how this came about, but I do know that there are other ways that this could maybe happen to someone. And then my point of staying focused and not going backwards, because looking back and going backwards, especially with said individuals, especially with what had happened, how you used to be, who you used to be, what you used to do, it's already enough work and enough to do to forgive yourself and heal from whatever you had going on in your past. But only you can truly give yourself that, like, you don't have to die on that cross. No one is ever going to, because of the work that I've done within myself, no one's words or actions toward me could ever make me feel any less because they know something about my past and how I used to do and how I used to do, who I used to be, and whatever. And I think it's something to note, like in the world of publicists and public image and PR and all that stuff. I think some of the methods to damage control when someone feels like they have power over you, or over them rather, is to come out with the truth before they can smear it and twist it and blah blah blah, so you own up to whatever it is they're about to reveal about you, and then therefore it's less impactful on your life. But if you don't care, and if your value and your self-worth isn't caught up into what people say, they can't even, nothing you can think or say can truly impact me. You don't have that power. I haven't given that power away. I haven't given you any, you don't have any reign here. You don't have any impact here. So when I get on my Instagram that is for this, self-care, self-love thing, I'm really bad about linking it on YouTube. And I see two people from, way back that started to follow me. That page is open for obvious reasons. My personal page is not. And I'm like, I know good and well these jokers are not interested in self-love and self-care. I know damn well that they know that I know that we don't roll like that anymore. Not because of anything negative. Not because of, not that I have anything to hide. Not that it matters. But you're not going to be following me just to be following me. Now, you can send your girlfriend. You can send your fiance. You can send your sister, your mama, your cousin. But we all know that that's not the motive. We all know that they're not going to like, subscribe, and comment and be like, you go, girl. And I was like, what is Instagram up to? What is up here? I don't know if it's because of my number. I've had that phone number for so long. But something's going on with the history of that page and the fact that it's open and public. That it's like something's going on with the people you may know and how invasive social media has become, because, your email, all this stuff is now public information. And don't get me wrong, social media has its benefits and it's done some great things, but I don't need you to suggest I go backwards in any way, because I don't need that page to say what I got to say. I will shut that damn page down if it means that every person that in the history of my cell phone number ever had my phone number can get on Instagram and see me as a suggestion and choose to follow me and be all up in the new me. What I'm talking about. How I'm excited about the future, blah, 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 blah. And it may even be some energy of, who does she think she is? At YouTube. Everybody think they're going to be on YouTube. And I don't want to go so far as to think that all my new subscribers are trolls and like people from my past that, again, not that there's any ill will or like there was any bad blood or anything went down, but I'm not going backwards with y'all. And I mean that in the kindest of ways. And that is my power. I don't need to even go back and reintroduce myself. I don't need to go back. I don't feel the need to go back and say, this is the new me. And so, now that you know, I don't need to go back and say anything, prove anything to anybody. And I don't even need to come on here and always be at a certain way because I'm secure in myself enough. I don't even know what time it is. I was laying down, how you scroll and unwind. I was about to take off the rest of my makeup, do my little stuff. And I said, I had to go and click on the picture. I said, what? I mean, years back. And it was scary. It is scary. And you don't owe anybody that. You don't even have to feel the need to explain yourself. Get people to, oh yeah, that's nice that you broke my band. I wanted to put my hair up. It's getting on my nerve. You don't even need people to, oh, I see you, blah, 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 blah. Because with the self-love, you are enough. What you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself is everything that you need and more. Everything you need and more. So when you start doubting, slipping, forgetting who the hell you are, how far you come, how much you've accomplished, how good you are, and da-da-da-da-da, you got some work to do. Time to clock in and get to work. Commit 8 hours to sitting down somewhere and taking care of you. And we all struggle with that. Yeah, but my job. Yeah, but I have other commitments. Yeah, but. You know them type of people. They complain about a problem. They're telling you, your ears are bleeding. You're literally cringing like, well, why don't you just, because you're telling me, so you must be like, this is fair game. And you're like, well, maybe why don't you, yeah, but, I could, yeah. And you're like, what you're saying is you don't want to. It's a little too real now. It's too much work. That's too simple. That's too much of a solution to change your life and make all this go away. You don't want to do that, but you want to sit here and waste my time. Not saying that I don't know how to be a good listener. I don't know how to be supportive. I don't know how to, because I do it. Trust me, I do it. But at the end of the day, you just make sure that that's not you and you're not doing that with yourself. Because we can commit so much time to all these external things. Work a job for 8 hours plus all day, clock in, or even if you're salaried, you're doing over the top. You give into that. You might be volunteering. You might be committed to your religious affiliations. That's time. Driving your car, going, parking, going in, doing what you do there. We're giving to the baby schools and their little activities. You waste time watching a movie. You waste time scrolling. I know I do it. YouTube and Instagram, that is my entertainment. My little, things that I like to do. Hours. And it's good that when they encourage you to do a time diary, look at where your time goes all damn day. So when you start taking your power back and holding yourself to higher standard and saying, look, if I took an hour to just pour back into myself, What more could I do? Because this is a lifestyle. You're never going to get to a point where it's like, I ain't nothing else I need to improve here. I'm perfect. But the going backwards is major because I used to have that in my mid-20s when things were really fresh, really sore, really sensitive, and I wanted to, the co-parenting wasn't seamless. I'll use that as an example because I do talk about motherhood a lot. I wanted to let him know, in some way, in some fashion, that everything that you ever put me through is gonna this, that, and the other because it ain't my baby. And I would beat that horse and vent about that thing, and my mama, my grandma, and my sister, I'd lay into them as if I was talking to him. And they were so patient. They were so gracious with me. But I got sick and tired of listening to myself, wasting my time about that whole situation because I was like, I can't change him, but I can change me. And do you know that things started turning around? But not because I went backwards. I went forward by myself. Only forward. Going backwards, they never do anything good. Not in my life. Hurts too much. It wastes time. You can't change it. What you gonna do back there? Get yourself worked up for what? So I said, Instagram, you about to lose me. Not that any money's tied up on it, but I didn't like that. I don't like that. I don't need you to suggest anything for me, people you may know. If I know them and I want to continue to connect with them, trust me, I know how to find them. And it ain't, my first go-to is not going to be like, hey, found you on Instagram. No, I'm going to pick up the phone and call you. I'm going to say, hey, let's get coffee. Let's get drinks. Let's, whatever. Or we never stopped anyway. You're still in my life. Obviously. That annoyed me. And I would be willing to delete that account for the self-love and the self-care just to have that, because my personal Instagram is private for obvious reasons. I got 80-some people on there. Half of them are businesses and brands that I want to follow. The other half are friends and family, people and coworkers, people that I personally know that I want them in my business because I know them and they're currently in my life. I'm not going backwards. I have nothing to prove to anybody. Even if I did, who knew me when I wasn't this, that, and the other, and now look at me now. I don't even get a rise off that. I had an old friend that she would always tell me these crazy stories of how she was somewhere and she'd always run into her ex. And after a while, I'd be like, how are you always running into this cat? Right? When I stop talking to somebody, I don't see them. I'm not at the gas station like, oh my God, there he is. I'm not in the store like, oh my God, there he is. He's not popping up at my job. I'm not driving and crazy. And I'm like, I feel like you are setting yourself up to you go where you know he's gonna be. And I get it if your life is entangled. It's a small town, friends and family know there's a party and but if it's really over and you want some peace and you have some self-respect, you're not gonna keep pushing the dagger further and like, well, let me go to this party even though it's for our friends. We have mutual friends and I'm gonna see him. It's gonna be hard, but I'm gonna go and we'll see. Girl, tell your friends if he's gonna be there. I would have told my friends, look, I'd love to come. Have a good time. I'll see you the next day with my birthday gift, my housewarming gift, a bottle of wine, whatever you know, I'll catch up with you later. If that is the case of mutual friends and same circles and all this other nonsense. But other than that, I mean, it's in the past. I'm letting go. I'm not giving my power away. I was talking to my dad today, and I said, yeah, there's a fine line between being respected, but again, going back to I use giving your power away because I've never had anyone call me a bitch. I never had anyone call me out of my name, period. But even if they did, why would I stop, acknowledge, answer to, and say, blah, 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 blah? Now, I get it. You don't want, I'm not saying be a doormat and just, turn the other cheek kind of behavior. But as my grandma would say, feet do body good. Because you will be blue in the face, hollering at me, looking crazy, trying to get a reaction out of me because I'm already in my car and I'm driving away. Or I've walked away, or they're going to be looking at you like, who is he talking to? Then you hear me? You know I'm talking to you? Yeah, yeah. Again, who's looking crazy now? Me or you? Because it would be like, I'm not going to go there with you. I'm not going to say, and what are you going to teach them a lesson? And they're going to walk away saying, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I should never call a woman out her name. I apologize for that. I shouldn't have done that. All that you have to say and feel about the situation is going to change him and summon some type of deep heartfelt apology. What movie are you watching? What world is this? I've had dudes whistle. I talk about that all the time. When I was 19 and I started, I would go to the city and stuff. I ain't never had a man whistle. Well, these weren't men. These were bums. But they'd whistle and I'd be like, hey. That's all it took. How you doing? Look, no car, no shirt on, middle of the day, standing around. And I'm like whipping my car around or going backwards. How you doing? Was that you that whistled? I was that girl, all innocent, all, nothing ever came with that nonsense. But I can look back and laugh at myself because, that was how naive I was, and that was my personality, like being bubbly and like, hey. But now people don't whistle at me. Now they can speak, they can introduce themselves. And even then, I'm not going back to be like, was that you that say hello, blah, blah, blah. You have to walk up to me because I'm already headed somewhere. I'm already doing something. And then you have to say, excuse me, can I have a second? Do you have a minute? I just want to introduce myself, blah, 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 blah. That's how that goes. But we're not going backwards. Instagram, stop. No, y'all make me sick. That annoyed me. I'm about to delete that account. I mean, I really was trying to stick with it. I'm jumping all around. But the point of this video is with your elevated self-love and knowing that you too good, you've done too much, you too this, you too that. That stuff won't faze you. You won't waste your time. You won't be frazzled. Now, that's another thing. Waste time. In that moment, I'm not going to go and DM him and be like, why are you following me? What's up? No, I just blocked. Blocked both of them. And I said, this time to solve this, I'm going to delete this whole account because I'm not going to begin to start seeing this stuff trickling in like, oh, now who has a cat dragged in? You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to change my phone number and no. But y'all not going to just be creeping on me. I don't even care for you to know that I'm not her anymore, So, that's what I wanted to rant about. That was my little, I don't know, maybe this Maybe this is just timely for you. Maybe this is just, something that you've had to do. But, there's power in silence sometimes. There's power in saying, I don't even talk about that anymore. I don't even address those people, those things that owe me. Okay, and, even if someone is in your face, ballsy, gonna bring up what you used to do, and it may be true. It may be a little cringy. If I'm backed into a corner so much, I might even be like, I might go real low and go real nasty and be like, look, I'm sorry, but depending on what we're talking about, because some people, it may be to put a little jab in. I will let them know if they try me. Oh, one last story. I did have that happen one time. Went to a function. I'm not going to go too, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings as far as my family's concerned. But I had an individual at a function that asked me where my husband was. Now, we weren't really married. That was just my youngest father. And he obviously wasn't there. Now, I had made no big Facebook declaration that we no longer cohabitate. That's no one's business. So she asked me, where your husband at? And I was like, in that moment, I was just like, and you could be being funny. You could be, it's light, ha ha, he he. But in my mind, I was like, no, I can take this two ways. I can be disrespectful, or I can just let her know. Obviously, he's a grown-ass man, and he's not in my pocket. And I don't know, and I don't care. Why don't you call him and ask him kind of vibe? Where is your ex-husband? I mean, don't push me. And I'm very nice. But sometimes you just got them ones that just, So, depending on the scenario, I think my limits would be family gatherings, happy, jolly, really light occasions, holidays, birthday parties. If people want to try you, even coworkers, people want to try you, it's okay to, just set the record straight and bring up something that may or may not be true that, you could just, let's flip it. I can just ask you a question. Oh my God, I was somewhere, last thing, about just letting people know that we're not about to do this. I have my mask on. If I want to wear a mask, or if I don't want to wear a mask, and you don't want to wear a mask, and I do want to wear a mask, whatever. So he says, you don't show your face? And I said, do you want to show your bank account? And, other people were like, oh, and I was like, I'm never going to see you again. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. I didn't give you 2 glances. I definitely didn't. And I think you're more bothered that I don't give a flip about anything that you got going on, how you look, and how, if that was your little gonna get the conversation started, that absolutely sucked and it did not work, and I'm going to embarrass you. And he walked away. And he was like, he made this look like, either he didn't get it, or it didn't correlate, or whatever. It was like, that's stupid, kind of. I'm like, well, everybody else got it. Because if you want to start showing things, let's show, you know what I mean? Because your face ain't doing it for me. And I don't care what you think about my face anyway. And I never gave you permission to talk to me. I never acknowledged you. This was the A-B conversation. Here you come. I don't know if you're trying to be witty, it was so annoying, but I was just like, in that moment, I was like, no, what we're not going to do is this. So, without being a bitch, without using choice words, without creating a scene, we're not going backwards. We're not going sideways, in and out, back and forth. As we love ourselves, you love yourself with boundaries, with self-respect, with knowing your time is the most precious thing you have, your peace, your patience. And no, what we're not going to do is let the ever global consuming, they're already selling our phone numbers, already selling. I'm putting these things hand in hand, but it's so true though. It's like, all this spying and, all our information already out there. What we're not going to do is use that. I mean, you can Google someone's, we did this, my family and I were just doing this. You Google someone's whole name, their address, past phone numbers, relatives, related to, everything come right up. So it's like nothing is off limits anymore. But what I'm not going to do is what I don't want to do. And I don't need you to help me do what I don't want to do. And be connected to who I don't want to be connected to. Because that girl is long gone. And I don't even care for you to know who this woman has become. Don't really care. Don't even, That's it. In rant. Drops my peace. Bye.